Hey there, it's Jeff from NPN here. I want to show you a feature today in your NPN Mail Marketer Pro that you should be using, okay, to maximize the results that you can get from your contact lists. Now, this is a feature that many of you probably don't know about and maybe don't realize that the MMPro actually does this. Okay, and this is just one of the many features that our autoresponder here has that makes it better than many of the other available responders out there. Because when you get down to it, you know, autoresponder systems are simply an interface between you and an email server. The only real difference is deliverability rates. Okay, so the feature I'm going to show you today is how to do split testing in the MMPro and how it works and why it's super important to know how to do this. So first of all, right from the basics here, the term split test means kind of one of two things. It means splitting your list into two or more separate groups and then sending slightly different campaigns to each group. And then you analyze the results to see which of your emails gets a better response from your list. And that way you can use the better campaign in the future. Or you can split a smaller percentage of your list into separate groups, say like 10% of your entire list, and then test your campaigns to that 10%, and then the MMPro will determine which campaign performs better, and then it will send that campaign, the better one, to the remaining 90% of your list, right? So the theory is the better email goes to the rest of your list and you get a better response. Now that might sound kind of technical, okay, but our system here makes it completely automated and really easy. Okay, so I guess for example, let's say you're planning on sending out a campaign to your list promoting a product that you're recommending. Okay, now what you can do then is write a few different versions of your email campaign, you know, at least two or more, with maybe different subject lines, different call to action words, different message bodies, different templates, and then you can run a split test to see which one works better with your list based on which one draws more clicks and has a higher open rate. Okay, remember, we're trying to maximize the results we can get from our lists. And this is how you do it. Okay, and this is part of the ongoing testing process that you should be doing. Okay, now here's how we're going to set this up. First of all, what you have to do is write the email campaigns you want to test out and save them in your system here. Okay, so for this test, we're going to test out two different subject lines with the same message body. Okay, so because essentially I want to find out which subject line works better with my list. Okay, so I've already written one campaign. Let's just see here. Email campaigns, view campaigns. So here's my test campaign with my test subject line 1. Now I'm going to write another one with a slightly different subject line. And the easiest way to do this without having to rewrite the whole email out is to just go to your first one that you wrote and click copy. Okay, and it immediately copies your campaign. So I'm going to go to the copy that I just created and I'm going to edit that, and I'm going to change the subject line. Obviously this will be a real subject line, but for this test I'm just going to say this is the subject line number 2. Save and exit. So now I have my two campaigns that I am going to test to my list. So I'm going to go to email campaigns and click view split tests. I don't have any yet, so it's going to ask me to create one. So I'm going to create my split test. I'm going to give my split test a name, which I'm just going to put the date. So I've given my split test a name, and now I need to check the boxes next to the campaigns that I want to test to my list. And right here you'll see the campaign number 1, copy of campaign 1, which is the second one that I wrote, right? So I'm going to select both of those, because I'm going to test those to my list. Now, then you need to choose the criteria that I want to base this test on, which is either the number of people that open the email or the number of people that click a link in the email. Now remember, for this test, my campaigns are only different because of the subject lines I wrote. Okay, so to test which subject line works better, I need the results to be based on how many people see that subject line and open my email to read it, right? Make sense? So next I need to choose which kind of test to run, which kind of split test I want to run here. You can either have the system send your campaigns, your two campaigns, to your entire list Then you'll be able to see which subject line gets a higher email open rate afterwards, or you can have the system test your campaigns to a percentage of your list, as I said before, and then based on those results, the system will send the most successful campaign to the rest of your list at a later time. Now this part is up to you, what you want to do. Personally, I want to get the best results for my lists on an ongoing basis, so this is what I would choose, which says find a winning email, then send it to my list automatically. So you would click here. The emails will be sent in equal groups to a certain percentage of your list, and you can choose a percent. You can choose to do 25% of your list to test. Depends on how big your list is too, right? And then the best performing email will then be sent to the rest of your list at a certain time later, 8 hours, 4 hours, the next day, whatever you choose. Remember, the system has to have time to analyze the results before you can send the rest of the email, so that's why it will be in the future. And then when you click Save and Send, it will take you to the next page, which is just like your email campaign sending page, which is you choose which list you want to test your which list you want to use in your split test. So you would check the list that you want to send to, click Next, and then it would be on its way. And basically that is it. It's as simple as that. It's really simple, but it is very necessary if you want to know which emails your lists likes to open. You want to know what people want to read, right? And which links they like to click on as well. And testing this stuff is really important. You know, it's not difficult to do, but by keeping track of what works, just by doing split tests, ultimately it will make you more money. And after the split test is done and it's been run, you go to Statistics, Split Test Statistics right here, and you will be able to see the statistics, you know, what the system analyzed and which emails went to how many people and which was the better email, and you see all the statistics on this page here. So that is it. That is how you run a split test in the NPN Mail Marketer Pro. It's, as I said numerous times before, it's really easy enough that you should do it. Okay, it is necessary, and it's really cool actually to see what people click on and what your list prefers, because you might be surprised as to what subject lines work better. It's usually a surprise to me as well when I send out emails that for some reason this subject line worked better than this subject line, and I would have guessed the other way around. So that's the importance of testing. So that's my video. Go ahead and give it a try, build your list and start split testing, and I would assume that you're going to get a better response from your list if you do this. Thanks a lot for watching.